Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast, and welcome to our Truck Series race review. Today, the Lucas Oil 150 from Phoenix or ISM, whatever you prefer. But we have eliminated 2 drivers, and we're down to 4, and they'll settle it out next week at Homestead. So we got not a lot to talk about, really. It was a very short race, but it was a great battle for the Final 4.
Yeah, it's up and down day for a lot of them, and so I think it was the most interesting race of the night. Just watching the points.
Yeah.
It's very interesting start anyway.
Yeah, so Austin Hill got the pole, but he would not go on the initial start, which Stewart Friesen was getting a good push from Ben Rhodes. Ben Rhodes was doing his job, and Friesen was doing his job, and
just Austin Hill didn't do his.
Yeah.
So,
Friesen got penalized for Austin Hill's mistake, which I think is something that needs to be changed. I think if one guy just doesn't go, then
I mean, what's the other line supposed to do? Just stop? I mean, they can't stop. They're gonna wreck the rest of the field, and I mean, Stewart waited for Austin to go, so Austin started going and didn't go. So I mean, it seemed like Stewart, he tried to slow up a little bit, but Ben Rhodes was pushing him. So what you gonna do in that situation, really? But it's a good recovery for Stewart anyway.
Yeah, it's either which Friesen got a caution, which saved his night. Wasn't for the caution, I don't think he could have went up there and got the win.
Yeah.
So it's either get a lap down or hope and pray there's a caution, or wreck your truck to not get a penalty.
Yeah, I guess some people just shouldn't start on the front row like Austin Hill. So.
Yeah, I don't know what his issue was in the initial start. I don't know if just how do you spin the tires on fresh tires? So it's kind of weird.
I guess he can. I don't know if he was just trying to play games or
I think that's what it was, and then the guy behind him just almost spun him around. So really, don't play games on these starts, especially start of the race. You don't really need to do that.
Because he didn't make it anyway, so it come back and bit him. So.
But anyways, caution would come out for Brandon Jones. He had an interesting sponsor because it was DuPont, not Axalta, but DuPont. So as a Jeff Gordon fan, as you can see, we kind of advertised DuPont. So it's nice seeing them back.
Which I thought he might actually come back and win, because usually when you spin, you win. So
he was close to doing that. And so after that caution, that would be when Stewart Friesen would have to go to the back of the field and trip Foose. He was very upset.
Very upset. He just had to vent a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I would be too, because I don't think Stewart did anything wrong. I don't know. You just stuck in that position. You can't do that.
And then it'd be Ben Rhodes versus Austin Hill for the restart. Ben Rhodes would lead, and then would have a caution for Derek Kraus. Looked like I think it was Todd Gilliland or somebody just ran him up in the wall, and not sure if he could get back out there, but it was a lot of damage.
Yeah. And
then it'd be Ben Rhodes versus Chandler Smith. Ben Rhodes would be able to hold him off to win stage 1. So far, not a playoff guy dominating the race.
Yeah, I mean it's a good race for Chandler Smith, and they'll be up there and contending for the lead and all. I mean it's a good experience for him.
Then the start of stage 2, Chastain would win the race off pit road, but some drivers, they would stay out and see if they can make it to the end of the stage, which I think they all did. So it'd be Sheldon Creed versus Brandon Jones. And then
the stages were very short anyway, and so they can go from stage to stage and wouldn't have to really get fuel for anything.
Then there was a truck stopped on the dog leg, and I don't know, it just kind of brings the question: what is a caution anymore?
Do they up there in the tower? Do they flip the quarter and like do it throw a caution or not? Heads, tails. Okay, no caution this time.
I believe he blew a tire or something.
Yeah, the tire was completely gone. I mean, it just run on the hub itself, and just run on the rims, and
so I guess they saw no debris, got it going. He's fine. Then last week in the Xfinity race, Chase Briscoe barely tags the wall, instantly cautioned. So that's really confusing.
yeah, I mean, I think they really needed that guy from a couple weeks ago when Denny Hamlin come to the line. He hurried up, hit that button. What the thing about it is that,
Hit it.
hit it. What was it Talladega?
Kansas, I think.
Kansas, yeah.
So Brandon Jones would take the lead away from Sheldon Creed, and Brandon Jones would win stage 2. So that pit strategy worked out for stage 2 at least, and Brandon Jones was able to stay up there.
Yeah.
And then stage 3, Johnny Sauter would lead off pit road. Then Austin Hill, they thought he had an uncontrolled tire, but it was ruled not actually uncontrolled tire, which I think kind of is the right rule, but it kind of looked like it was really close on them gray area there.
I mean, before the rule change, it would have been a penalty, but it stayed in the box. I mean, it was a little uncontrolled, but it stayed in the box, and
it was controllably uncontrolled. If that makes sense. But moving on, Johnny Sauter would take the lead because of pit road, and then we'll have a caution for John Hunter and Sam Mayer. And John Hunter just hasn't had a good year.
no, it was like he either gets caught up in something, somehow spins or something.
And last year he was, even though I don't think he was full time last year, but he was going in and winning some races and races like Martinsville and stuff. And this year he just hasn't been able to contend. So hopefully next year he may be getting the Cup ride next year. So we've seen John Hunter go all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, and this weekend he gets to race his dad in all 3 series. That's pretty cool.
Which is the first time that's happened in NASCAR history. So that's something pretty cool.
Making history. Not competitive, but it's making history.
I mean, it doesn't matter how you get in the books.
Yeah.
So.
As long as you get in it.
And Ben Rhodes versus Brandon Jones. Ben Rhodes got really loose on the restart, lost a ton of spots, or not a ton, but in terms of being able to win the race, it was a ton.
Yeah.
He was able to finish in 4th, and then after that it was Stewart Friesen versus Brandon Jones, and then at the playoff picture, Matt Crafton was 6 to 7 points above Austin Hill. And Austin Hill, something happened. He just wasn't as competitive. We saw, in stage 2, he's starting to come alive.
Yeah.
Passing some trucks. And
it seemed like on the long runs, his truck would come alive, but the last run is just kind of sank.
It just disappeared. So it's weird how cars do that sometimes. They just...
Yeah, either go to the loose side or the tight side, and just one little minor adjustment and it's jumped. So, Brandon Jones, he was very competitive, trying to run down Stewart Friesen, but once Friesen got in the clean air, he was pretty much checking out.
Yeah, some lap trucks got in his way. That allowed Brandon Jones to get side by side with him, and it was an awesome battle for the lead. Pretty good. Brandon Jones he gave him a lot of room.
Yeah.
Got to give him that. Looked at it in terms of the playoff picture. Didn't really want to wreck him, or didn't want to do anything like that. Because if he would have done that, Friesen would have been out of the playoffs. And
yeah, I mean, you really got to respect him. I believe he respected him because he was going for his championship, and he didn't want to wreck somebody and take them out like that. And I mean, Brandon Jones, he's going to win some races because when you finish second that many times, you're definitely gonna win some races, and just coming off a win in Xfinity, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we've seen Brandon Jones just get some resurgence. We've a lot of YouTubers and people in NASCAR have really been hard on Brandon Jones, but it seems like he's getting that comfortable feel and he's going out there and finishing top 2.
Yeah, I mean, really, to get out there and get experience and learn. Sometimes you gotta lose a race before you can win a race. So, I believe he's learned a lot. He showed a lot of maturity right there towards the end of that race.
Yeah, and congratulations to Stewart Friesen and the whole entire 52 crew because they're going to Homestead now. So
yeah, I mean, it's his first win on asphalt. I mean, he won at Eldor, but it was on dirt. So that says a lot for that team. I mean, he's been running good, last year and this year, and had a chance to win some races and just somehow lost it towards the end. But he finally figured out how to make it to the end now.
Yeah, and he's going to have to do that one more time if he wants to be a Truck Series champion. I think he can definitely do it, and I think Homestead's going to be a great battle because we got Brett Moffitt, who's been dominant all year. Stewart Friesen now, who is coming off some momentum. The only one that won, only playoff driver that has won in the final round before Homestead. Then you got Ross Chastain, which is a big story, and we could see him smash a watermelon or whatever he's going to smash for the championship. Maybe we'll smash the trophy. No, don't do that. And then, of course, you got Matt Crafton, Matt Crafton hasn't won in a while, but pretty sure a championship will be a good way to.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to give it their all as long as they don't have any electrical issues, battery issues, or engine issues. I mean, you look through the whole playoffs and all the troubles he had, and still managed to come back and get in the championship for.
Yeah, Phoenix was a great race by Matt Crafton. Kind of like the Matt Crafton of old. Wasn't a race winning pace truck at all. Well, actually kind of was. It just didn't have the track position at the end, but I think he may have gotten the top 5 or at least close to that. So no issues, no engine issues, nothing at all. He just ran his race, and if he can do that at Homestead, he can give it a good fight for it.
Yeah, and just think, 3 out of the 4 trucks is a GMS affiliated.
Yeah, so could Matt Crafton defy all odds and be the Ford that gets into the championship or wins the championship race?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough battle.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to covering that race next weekend, and it's going to be our last truck review of the year, so it's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's I enjoy the truck races, and it's going to be kind of sad doing the last one for the year, and then take off a couple months and for the next one.
Yeah, and then we'll do it all over again. So looking forward to ending out our first full season of podcasting. It's been difficult to get that done, and we've had so many podcasts. It's been crazy, so I look forward to getting that done and enjoying some off season.
Yeah, we've learned a lot, we've done a lot, and enjoyed a lot of it too.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the truck series the most, to be honest, and I can't wait to see how the championship turns out. But we'll be here next week, and stay tuned for that.